Jacobs an apology is because of the mere fact of the matter that when he decided to sign with Green Bay, I was one of those fans that he was referring to when he was talking about fans that didn't get the full just or the story of exactly what took place, and they just basically took the side of the organization. I was one of those fans he was talking about. So for that reason, I owe you an apology. I had the opportunity to hear an interview that Josh Jacobs did where he was able to break down exactly what took place previously leading up to him signing with the Green Bay Packers. Now, when you get the opportunity to listen to his story, it kind of gives you a different perspective. You see, I'm one of those kind of individuals. Whenever my Raiders have quality talent and that talent decides to sign with someplace else, I'm like that bride that you left at the altar. I'm in my feelings. I'm very upset, and as far as I'm concerned, you're garbage to me now. I don't want to see anything successful happen for you in the league. I don't want to see you break any type of records. I don't want to see you win any type of Super Bowl. That's just the way I've always been, because I love my Raiders. That being said, that is basically how I felt about Josh Jacobs when he decided to sign with the Green Bay Packers. And then I had the opportunity to hear Josh Jacobs say he gave the Vegas Raiders numerous amount of opportunities to match, not even make him a better offer, basically just match the offers that he was receiving. The GM at that particular point in time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Tom Telesco, refused to even sit down and have a conversation with Josh Jacobs. He right away went to the franchise tag. Josh Jacobs went back to him and let them know, I'm getting offers from other teams. They still weren't willing to hear anything. Josh Jacobs made a third attempt by telling them, fine, even if I'm willing to accept the offer that you guys are willing to make, could we put some incentives on that? So if I meet my incentives, I can obtain the rewards. They weren't even willing to beat him on that. So it was roughly around that point in time he realized that he had to make a decision that was going to be best for himself. Because the organization obviously did not value what he was bringing to the table. Now, Josh Jacobs, as a fan, let me let you know one thing. That was not the fans that did not think that you were not bringing anything to the organization. I'm almost positive that the majority of the organization did not think that you were an individual that brought nothing to the organization. And now I understand why it is that the Raiders decide to move on past that particular GM, Tom Telesco. Because as far as I'm concerned, based on just that decision alone, is grounds for termination in my eyes. Obviously, for you not to be able to sit down and try to work out a deal with one of your best players that's willing to work a deal out with you, then you're in the wrong position. You had no business being in a GM position, because that job is way over your head, in my humble opinion. And because of your nonsense, you cost us a quality world-class running back. Now, I know a lot of people are going to tell me that, realistically speaking, running backs are a dime a dozen. I hear you guys tell me that running backs are a dime a dozen. But the last time we had quality running backs in our backfield was when Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson was in our backfield. I don't really see that as being a dime a dozen. Count the years in between the time that they were in the backfield and the time we had Josh Jacobs in our backfield. That's not a dime a dozen. That being said, now more than anything, especially after hearing that particular story, I love the direction my Raiders are going in. They actually look like a quality organization in the front office, at least, because they're putting people in place that have an idea and know what they're doing. And I'm just hoping that, that's the last of any kind of jughead mistakes like that. We don't give up on quality talent. Now with Max Crosby, if he decides to sign someplace else, that's a decision that he's going to make, yes. But I'm just hoping that the Raiders are doing everything in their power to try and make sure he stays with us. That being said, people, I want you guys to enjoy Super Bowl Sunday to the maximum. Enjoy watching the Philadelphia Eagles run rapid over those Kansas City Chiefs today. And enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Double Innocence with your boy E-Dub is out. Josh Jacobs, I hope you win a Super Bowl. Have yourself a blessed day, peeps.